Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, words to my brethren all around the world watching this video. I hope you're having a great day today as tuning in. Make sure you do yourself a damn favor and hit that subscribe button, and surely you will not be disappointed. Now, we talked about Canelo-Jacobs. We talked about what Canelo needs to do moving forward. We talked about what Jacobs needs to do moving forward. But there was one interesting caveat from that fight that a lot of people wanted talking about, because this fight between Canelo and Jacobs was the first big fight Dazn had on the platform. And so it was a big night for the platform, for John Skipper, for Dazn, for Eddie Hearn, and all parties involved on that side. And it left a lot of people very disappointed. Now, for me, I'm a loyal Dazn subscriber. I've been subscribed to Dazn since like October-ish, last year, October. And with Dazn, it's like, even me, I'm a staunch Dazn supporter. Even me, I've been pretty pissed off with Dazn recently. I think they haven't been delivering as far as their presentation. There were a lot of complaints about the presentation. I just want to run through some of those because on the USA Today posted a very popular article, basically talking. It was chronicling pretty much boxing fans' unhappiness with Dazn on the during the Canelo-Jacobs fight. So there was sound issues during the fight. There was the debacle that was Daniel Jacobs' walkout, which I'm not sure if you guys were caught on to this, but Daniel Jacobs walked out to the ring, and as he was walking, he literally got to the tunnel, and they stopped him, and then they played some Canelo clip, and then it went back to Jacobs, and then he finished his ring walk and had to put the song back on. It was a weird sequence, and I've never seen that ever in any fight. So just Dazn was very unorganized with that aspect of things. So there was that. Then there were sound issues. There were sound issues in the ring, so there was that. Then a lot of people were complaining about the commentary, which was Brian Kenny and Sergio Mora. Now I'll be honest with you, I think Sergio Mora does a solid job commentating. I don't think Brian Kenny's that good as a boxing commentator. I'm not really big on him. But people were complaining about just the biasness of, that's even a word, it's just the bias of Mora and Brian Kenny. Although I will say, the fight was pretty easy to see. Canelo was outboxing Daniel Jacobs, and he reduced him into looking like an average-ass fighter. But that's just my opinion. Let's see. Oh, and then probably the criticism that I would agree with the most from the boxing fans was that, there was almost in a lot of the rounds, there was no replays of the key moments in the rounds between the rounds. So you guys know, if you watch a fight, if a guy gets caught with a punch or gets hit flush, they show the replay in between rounds, and they actually show just what happened, and it gives you a better vision of maybe a shot you missed and whatnot. And Dazn, I remember a lot of rounds that wasn't the case. There was no replays, and just, I'm not gonna lie to you, I like Dazn. I like what they're doing. I think they're putting on good fights, but just a couple of criticisms I have as someone who pays money every month to buy this shit is number one, and maybe people will probably say, oh, you just have trash internet. And to be fair, I don't have the best internet in the world, but when I had to watch Dazn fights live, it lags constantly. But when I watch the replays, it doesn't lag almost at all. So that's kind of weird, and I think, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how they improve that. Or maybe I gotta improve that. I don't know, but that's a criticism I have. The fact that they're not showing replays consistently in between rounds is a very big. It's very bad. That's number two. Number three, I think the commentary, as a whole, their commentators as a whole, are the worst in boxing. I'll be honest with you. I think Chris Mannix and Brian Kenny and Sergio Mora and all these guys, and as a collective, they are the worst in boxing. They're definitely lacking, very far behind Showtime and Al Bernstein and Paulie Malignaggi and Mauro Ranallo and them guys over there. They're definitely lacking behind Andre Ward and Tim Bradley and Christina Poncher, and I think they got Chris Algieri on there now. They get massacred in that department. So Dazn has a long way to go. I'll be honest with you, Dazn has a long way to go, because this was really... Anytime Canelo fights on Dazn, it's a chance for them to really grow their brand and grow their platform. So they got to make sure that they're really on their P's and Q's on the night. And I would say tonight, even for a staunch Dazn supporter like myself, they really dropped the ball with the Jacobs and ring walk debacle to, spotty commentary to lack of replays in between rounds. I mean, it was absolutely ridiculous just how below par they were, and people were really angry. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Like personally, the last couple of fights, I've had problems with my Dazn streaming live during the fights, and I've contemplated canceling my Dazn because if I can't watch the fights, live in good quality, then what's the point of having it? The replays play really good. If I go back and rewatch the fights, they play just fine. But for whatever reason, during the lives, I don't have that same luck. So, I'll drop the article for you guys in the description. But Dazn really dropped the ball during the Canelo-Jacobs fight, and I think for me the two things that stood out the most was definitely Jacobs' ring walk. I've never seen anything like that. It was almost like WWE because even when Canelo came out, they announced Canelo's name while he was walking to the ring, so it was kind of like wrestling. But we always knew that there was going to be a steep learning curve for Dazn. This is only because their first card was like November-ish of last year, or maybe August. It's like the 8th or 9th month, so they're not even a year into Dazn. But they have a lot of things to iron out. They have a lot of things they need to correct, and they have a long way to go as far as the quality of their presentation. Because, say what you want about Al Heyman and Showtime Boxing, but man, Showtime Boxing, that's the one department. They might not Showtime might not have the best fights all the time, but one thing you can never say about Showtime is that they lack presentation. Their presentation is right up there with the best. And then I would even go as far as to say the same thing with Top Rank and ESPN, But see, the common denominator with both those two companies and platforms is they got time. They got time invested into the sport of boxing. Dazn is very much a new thing, so we got to give them time to see how it pans out. This is the first truly big fight here in the States. Their next one will be in roughly a month when Anthony Joshua makes his American debut, so that there's another chance to get it right and maybe rewrite some of the wrongs that they had on the platform. But really, a lot of people are pissed off because there was even like payment, like people were trying to pay for Dazn and get their subscription, and they couldn't even pay for it, and then so that wasn't very good. And then and then some people who have Dazn wanted to cancel it because there was just so many malfunctions, and it was crazy because I have Dazn, I buy it, I spend my money on it, but I can find streams on illegal sites that are better than the actual Dazn. So my point is I asked myself, what's the point of having this if I can't even watch it live when I'm paying for it? So Dazn, man, step your game up. You really dropped the ball in a lot of ways this week in terms of presentation, and I want to see it succeed because I like the fight you're putting on. I like what they're trying to do for boxing, but it's got to get better. We're not gonna sugarcoat it for Dazn. The presentation was shit this week. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But what you made of Dazn's presentation during the Canelo-Jacobs fight. I'll leave your comments down below. Hit that like button like I say in every single one of these videos. You can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.